Can you tell me generally what the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution is?
Guarantees the freedom of speech
Anything else?
and association.
Anything else
Oh, yeah.
that you can recall at this point?
Not that I can recall right now.
Okay. I'll represent to you that this is a hidden comment. It says right over here, hidden by this page. Do you see that?
I do.
Okay. So why was this comment hidden?
Sandpoint, Idaho. Bonner County Sheriff's Department sued by J.D. Lady for blocking him on Facebook. This is the 2-day deposition. Welcome back to ♯Valley Transparency. Today we dive into the striking case of legal confrontation where a man successfully sued the Sheriff's Department for suppressing freedom of speech by disabling comments on their Facebook page and selectively blocking individuals. Sheriff Wheeler has found himself at the center of this controversy. Despite his claims of unawareness regarding the hidden comments, evidence suggests otherwise. Text messages revealed in court show Wheeler explicitly requesting the removal of certain comments. Yet he persists in claiming memory lapses when confronted with his own words. His attorney, in a questionable move, instructed him not to discuss the rationale behind disabling commenting, potentially risking attorney-client privilege. This situation escalates with Wheeler's admission that the social media account in question is not county property but belongs solely to the sheriff's office, over which he claims full autonomy. He acknowledged his directive to block only one individual, J.D. Lady, and later unblocked him following legal advice, apparently oblivious to a court order mandating this action. Further complicating matters, when asked to define the First Amendment, Wheeler's recollection faltered. He could only vaguely reference freedom of speech and association, yet he recognized that a comment made by Lady, free from personal attacks, should not have been censored. This admission underlines a selective enforcement of rules based on ambiguous standards of what constitutes a personal attack. Wheeler's justifications waver as he claims to have reached death threats, yet concedes these did not escalate to direct physical threats, which would constitute a criminal offense. He admits another of Lady's comments was wrongfully hidden, reinforcing the perception of biased moderation practices within his department. This case opens up a broader dialogue about the power dynamics between public officials and citizens' rights and the rights of the people to free speech in the digital age. How should we navigate this intersection of personal rights and public duties, especially when those in power have the tools to silence dissent? Let's discuss this in the comments below. Remember, the fundamental right to speak freely is a cornerstone of our society, and upholding this principle is crucial, regardless of the challenges it may pose to those in authority. I'm going to drop the original channel link in the description and the pinned comment for you guys. You're going to want to watch this one all the way through. You are absolutely going to appreciate the way this lawyer handles this. Sheriff, I could be wrong, but this lawyer probably watches our channels when he tells this sheriff, I'm not here to answer your questions. Outstanding work by this attorney. Grab some popcorn, folks. This is a long video. We'll be pausing for some comments. I'll be giving you my final thoughts at the end. Without further ado, enjoy this video.
Good morning. We're on the record. Today's date is December 18, 2023. The time is 11:32 a.m. My name is Albert Myman, videographer, here with Connie Rickob, your court reporter. There's a video recorded Zoom remote deposition of Sheriff Darrell Wheeler in the matter of James Leedy versus Sheriff Darrell Wheeler et al., filed in the United States District Court, District of Idaho, case number 2:2-CV-00063-DCN. This deposition is noticed by counsel for plaintiff. Will counsel please identify yourselves, after which the witness will be sworn in and we will proceed.
This is Joe Schaefer for plaintiff Jim Leedy. I'm here. I believe my associate Mika Rothman is observing as well.
Yep, thank you.
Heather Yakeley is here on behalf of all defendants.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Hi, Sheriff Wheeler. My name is Joe Schaefer. I'm presently in Seattle. I represent Jim Leedy. Could you please go ahead and spell your first and last, or state your first and last name and spell your last for the record?
First name is Darrell. Last name is Wheeler. W-H-E-E-L-A-R.
Great. And Sheriff, have you had your deposition taken before?
Yes, I have.
How many times?
Oh, 3 or 4 times.
To that in just a minute, but as a reminder, we have a few ground rules just to make it easier on Connie to take a good record. One is that I will do my best to wait to the end of your answer, and if you can do me the same courtesy by waiting to the end of my question, that'll help her so we're not talking over one another. Oftentimes in common parlance, it's, you kind of anticipate where somebody's going and you cut them off, and I would ask that we both try not to do that. Sound good?
Sure, sounds good.
Great. Okay, and then the answers need to be audible. And so if I see you nodding or shaking your head or doing or ahas,
Yes.
I'll ask you to give me a yes or a no.
Okay.
Excellent. And if I sometimes ask a really bad question, and so if it's something that you can't understand, please let me know and I'll try to rephrase. Okay.
Sounds good.
Great. And if at any time you need a break, just let us know. The only caveat being that I'll have you answer the question that's on the table, if there is one, before taking the break. Sound good?
Okay.
Excellent. All right. So why did you block Jim Leedy from the county's Facebook page?
Because he violated our policy, our Facebook policy.
And what was that policy at the time?
I'd have to refer to it.
So do you have documents in front of you?
Yes, I have all 14 exhibits that were produced during John Van Giesen's deposition. So I have all those in front of me and also on my computer. So I would be actually reading from Exhibit 1, which states what those policies are.
Is it the terms of use dash Facebook? Is that the document?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, great. I'm going to share my screen. And I want to make sure that we have the same in front of us. Okay.
Yes.
Great. So what about this policy or terms of use did Mr. Leedy violate that got him blocked?
Hold on 1 second. Let me look. So there was actually, when you look at it, there are several containing personal attacks on myself and deputies and my staff. And I would say that's probably the main violation that he was perpetrating.
Okay. Any others?
I would believe that's probably the primary one.
We'll go ahead. We'll be also looking at some of those Facebook posts or comments that were blocked. And
Sure.
then if you need to refer back to this exhibit, make sure that that's the one that was used, or as we go along, that certainly would be helpful. Okay.
Sure.
All right. So, and you had mentioned the people that you viewed him as engaging in personal attacks on. That was you and who else?
Specifically would be those involved in the Craig Johnson incident by name, Mike Guion, Sean Deem. I think just generally over several months, just attacking our office and credibility of the investigation.
Anybody else? Anybody like administrative staff? Did he attack anybody else?
Not that I can recall.
So to your recollection, it's yourself and and a guy and a Deem, are those deputies?
Yes, Guion and Deem are deputies, correct.
Okay. And then generally just the office and the credibility of the office. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So let's give an example here. This will be our next exhibit. I'm going to share my screen again. This is a Facebook post that you had.
And Joe, is this a number that's already been marked?
I'm not sure. I'm really sorry. So I'm happy to go back and reconcile that at the end, but
looks like it's Exhibit 4.
okay. All right. So showing you what was previously marked as Exhibit 4. Do you recognize this?
I do not, other than looking at it as an exhibit. No, I don't recognize it.
Okay. Did you authorize it to be posted on the Bonner County Sheriff's Office Facebook page?
I don't know if I did, or if the posting itself, I don't know if I did or if my undersheriff did. I don't have a recollection.
Okay. And who's the undersheriff?
Roar Lakewald.
Lakewald? Can you spell that, please?
Lakewold.
Okay. All right. And so, but you do see here that it says your name right here. Do you see that highlight?
Yes.
Okay. And so someone had authority to post this over your name. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay.
It
So,
would have been, yes.
go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yes, that's correct.
And so and I'll ask you this if there's any others that you don't recognize, but you wouldn't say that this is something that went out without your permission or authority, correct?
Correct.
And then we see Mr. Leedy's comment down here. It's kind of grayed out. Do you see that?
It doesn't look grayed out, but I see it.
Okay. All right. See how this is more of a bold print up here? Then this is a little bit less.
Well, from the copy I have, they look the same, but
Fair. I'll represent to you that this is a hidden comment. It says right over here, hidden by this page. Do you see that?
I do.
Okay. So why was this comment hidden?
I have no idea.
Okay. Who hid it?
I have no idea.
Was it hidden with your authority?
I don't have any recollection of asking that to be hidden, no.
Okay. But are you saying it was done without your permission or authority?
No, not at all. It's just I have no knowledge of how this was hidden or if it was hidden.
Folks, let me pause by saying that I kind of forgot to mention this in the introduction, but many times the videos in our channels have led to police departments blocking comments, but this is the first time that I've ever seen someone actually sue the department and win. This guy wins $125,000. I know it's a spoiler alert, but if you keep watching all the way to the end, you're truly going to appreciate the empowerment that people really do have. If it's not too much to ask from you guys, please consider subscribing to the channel. It definitely helps us out. Let's get right back to it.
Okay. Let's go back. The date here is November 15, 2022. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. And it says published by Jackie Rogers. Who's Jackie Rogers?
Jackie Rogers is the accountant. She's one of my staff members.
Okay. For the county or the sheriff's office, or how does that work?
Yes, the sheriff. She works for me directly.
And did Jackie Rogers have authority to post things to the Facebook page at this period of time?
Yes, she did.
Is this the kind of thing that she would have run by you before posting?
She would run by either myself or the undersheriff, yes.
Okay. Did Jackie Rogers have the authority to block or hide comments?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've never asked her to block anything.
Okay. Have you asked her to hide anything?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Who in the department have you asked to hide comments?
I've never asked anybody to hide comments.
Did you know that comments were being hidden?
And no, I didn't.
Okay. So, and have you done any investigation to find out who hid the comments that are the subject of this lawsuit?
On the surface, I found out from looking at these and a discussion with staff that when I asked somebody to block somebody on Facebook, which I did, that appears to be some kind of something that happens in the Facebook background, that when you block somebody, it hides their comment. That's something I found out in the last few days.
Okay. So, to your knowledge, did anybody have a comment hidden that wasn't somebody who was blocked?
I have no knowledge. I can't say yes or no. I don't know.
When you did ask people to be blocked,
Yes.
and that had the consequence of having their comments hidden. Is that your understanding?
It was explained to me that if you block somebody, that it appears that it's a mechanism of Facebook that when you block somebody, it automatically hides their comments. And that's what I just found out recently in the last couple of days.
Where did you come? Who told you that?
That was conversation, that was privileged conversation by my attorney.
Okay. Heather, I didn't hear an objection. Are you instructing him not to answer?
Well, I'm going to instruct him not to answer anything further.
Okay. And who did you ask to have blocked, if that makes sense?
I asked John Van Giesen to block JD Light.
Anyone else?
No?
Again, I'm not sure if this was a previous exhibit. Maybe you can help me with that. I'm going to share my screen again.
Let's see. I think that was, let's see. I'm not sure what number though.
Let's see. That looks like exhibit 14.
14? Okay. So showing you what's been marked as Exhibit 14. Do you recognize this?
Not from, the only way I recognize it is I looked at it last night when I opened up the package.
Okay. Do you know this to be a text conversation between yourself and, is it Sergeant Van Gessen?
No, but right now he's the lieutenant, but I don't recall this conversation at all.
So you don't, okay. Who is John Paul Jackson?
I have no idea.
I'll represent to you that these are your texts. These are your words. This looks like the same guy with a different name. He has the same friends as the other. What does that refer to?
I really can't tell you. I don't recall this
Okay.
text message.
And then Van Gessen responds, "K, I'll hide those two." Do you see that?
Sure.
Okay, so is that your understanding, is that he's hiding comments?
I guess. I don't know what he meant.
Did you direct Van Gessen, I'm sorry, Lieutenant now, Van Gessen,
Van Gessen, yes.
Van Geesen, sorry, to hide people who you thought were JD Leedy acting as someone else or under a different profile?
I can't recall me ever asking to hide anybody like that. No.
See that on your screen now?
I see it. Yes.
Okay, so is this a text from you to Van Geesen saying, "Hi, John, this guy is posting some strange stuff"?
I don't recognize that email text or the phone text.
Okay, so you have no recollection of directing Van Geesen to remove a comment like this because it violates our rules, quote unquote.
No.
Okay.
I don't remember a conversation.
Is there anything that's inhibiting your ability to recall events?
Specifically events, how long past? Can you clarify your question?
Anything? Sure. Do you have any medical conditions that affect your memory?
No.
Are you taking any medication today without telling me what they are? Are you taking any medication today that affect your ability to recall events?
No.
Are you taking anything that would inhibit your ability to tell the full truth today?
No.
Okay. What did you do to prepare for your deposition?
Just reviewed the exhibits and read the complaint.
And without revealing any content of conversation, did you speak with your lawyer?
Of course.
Okay, for how long?
Maybe 10 minutes last night and 5 minutes this morning.
Did you speak with anyone else in preparation for your deposition?
No, I did not.
And by the documents, you mean the documents that were previously identified as exhibits or
The
potential?
14 exhibits, correct.
Why did you unblock Mr. Levy?
It was done at the request of my attorney.
Is that all?
Yes.
Okay. Are you aware that the county is under a court order not to block Mr. Levy?
I'm not aware. It could be.
I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna object to that because I think that misstates. But you can answer to the best of your ability.
Go ahead.
So can I answer that, counsel? Yeah. Okay, so I'm not aware that there's an order for me not to block him. But I know that we unblocked him after my attorney requested me to do so, and he still is unblocked.
Is the exhibit in front of you?
Okay, yes,
It's called stipulation and order entering preliminary injunction. Do you see that?
yes,
Have you seen this document before?
I believe so.
And I can scroll through it if you want me to.
Sure.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yep, I'm ready. Hold on. Okay, keep scrolling up, please.
Stop there.
Yep, good. Okay, keep going up, please. That's good. Okay, I've read it.
Okay. And who is David C. Nye?
He's the district court judge.
Okay. Federal district court, correct?
Yes.
And you see this last page is all under the heading order, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so before today, have you read this document?
I have read it, yes.
Okay. And it says here, the court finds that requirements for entry of a preliminary injunction have been met and hereby orders that for the duration of the litigation or until a further order from the court, the first thing it says is defendants are enjoined from blocking plaintiff from the official Bonner County Sheriff's official Facebook page. Do you see that?
Correct.
Okay. What is your understanding of what that means?
My understanding is that he can post little happy signs, or I don't know what it is. He can either like or dislike an article.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Does this language that I just read to you say anything about liking or disliking an article?
No. Well, I don't know because I don't understand the rules of Facebook. I know that comments are blocked from our Facebook, so that because he's unblocked, the only procedure that he can participate in our Facebook page is to either like or dislike an article that's on there. There's no opportunity for him to make comments because no one can make comments.
Understood. What does this mean that I've highlighted here? Defendants are enjoined from blocking plaintiff.
It means we can't block the plaintiff from access to Facebook.
Okay. The access to the official Facebook page of the sheriff's office, correct?
Right.
Okay. And so do you understand this to be an order where the federal district court judge enjoined the defendants, including you and the county, from blocking the plaintiff?
Oh, I understand.
Okay. Do you also understand that you're enjoined from hiding, deleting, or otherwise removing plaintiff's comments from public view?
Correct. I understand that.
Okay. And do you understand that defendants are enjoined from enabling the commenting feature on the Facebook page?
Are enjoined from enabling? Yes.
Okay. Because it's been disabled, correct?
It's been disabled, correct.
Why was the commenting feature disabled?
I'm gonna object to the form, that calls for attorney-client privilege. She's not gonna answer that.
Okay, so you've already said that you unblocked plaintiff because you were told to do so by your lawyer, right?
Correct.
Okay, and you won't tell me, are you going to follow the instruction of your lawyer? You won't tell me why you turned the commenting section off. Is that correct?
My attorney advises me not to answer. That's correct. I will not.
Heather, I think that's a defensive counsel or a vice of counsel defense. So it's going to open up attorney-client privilege completely. I'm not sure if you want to go there.
Well, why don't you try and ask him something that doesn't delve into that, or ask him if he arrived at that conclusion on his own, because I don't think that gets into advice of counsel that would be waived here. So in other words, you're talking about the strategy that went into agreeing to an order. I don't know how you're going to get around that as being waived, or advice of counsel defense.
He already said he unblocked my client because of advice of counsel. That puts it straight at issue. So I'll try a different way. I just think it's going to lead to motions practice, and that's okay.
Well, okay.
I need to know why the county unblocked my client, and why the county turned off the comment section. Why did the county turn off the comment section? That's my question.
Well, because there's an order. You already know that there's an order. So understanding
that could be his
why
that
the
could
sheriff,
be his response. That could be his response. Okay. You don't need to give it to him. Why did the county turn off the comments?
The county did not turn off the comments. This Facebook page belongs to the sheriff's office. I have an autonomy from the county. So I made the decision that we were going to not allow any more comments, and we're gonna close the comments down.
So why, okay, so maybe you answered my question there, but I want to get it clean with a question and an answer. Why did the Bonner County Sheriff's Office turn off the comments?
Because I ordered it,
And why did you order it?
because I wanted no more comments on the Facebook,
Why not?
because it was my personal choice. I'm the
Okay.
boss, I'm the elected sheriff, and I no longer wanted comments.
Okay, and why didn't you want comments any longer?
Because I didn't.
What were the
I had just
reasons for
been-
you
I
not
had just
wanting
been served
comments?
with an order, and so I was not going to allow any comments at all on our Facebook. And that is a function of Facebook. You can either allow or disallow comments. And
Understood.
so I disallowed all comments
And again, why?
because it was my choice.
And but what went into your choice to make that decision?
I'm not really sure. I can't recall my thoughts and conversations and why I made the decision. It was easier just to not have to deal with any comments anymore. And so I just shut them off.
Okay.
There are practices throughout the whole United States and the world that don't have comments. And so I decided we were not going to offer comments on our Facebook page.
Okay. Did you turn off comments because Jim Leedy was violating the terms of use?
I can't say if I did or if that was the reason or not. But I just made the decision we're not going to have any more comments because it was not worth the hassle.
Okay. If Jim Leedy hadn't commented ever, say he didn't exist, would you have turned off the comments?
Check to the forum, calls for speculation. You can answer if you can.
I don't know if I would have or not.
Let's stop that share now. So did Jim Leedy's comments factor into your decision to turn the comments off for the Facebook page?
I would say that it had somewhat influence on it.
Okay. When we heard from Lieutenant Van Giesen, he said Jim Leedy ruined it for everyone. Do you agree?
Oh, he was part of it. He was just one of several that spread lies and made terrible comments against
Okay.
officers and the office and the service that we provide.
Okay. Who else did that?
I don't have a recollection of who they are specifically, but there's a group of several people around the country that make terrible comments.
Okay. Does your office keep track of who those people are?
I'm not familiar with it. I don't know. I can't answer that question.
Is there any list of that you know of or any document that might help us understand whether or not you track that?
I don't know. I'm not aware if there's a list or a document.
Okay. Is there someone else in your department that we should talk to find out about that? I mean, who would be the most knowledgeable about whether or not it's tracked?
Lieutenant John Van Giesen would be the most knowledgeable.
And yet Jim Leedy's the only one that was actually blocked, right?
Jim Leedy was I don't know if there was others blocked.
Okay,
I
but to
don't
your
have a list of who people were blocked.
okay, but I understood your testimony to be before that he's the only one that you ordered to be blocked, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the only
And-
one I specifically called Lieutenant Van Giesen and detective at that time to block him, correct?
And so if other people were blocked, understanding that you don't know if they were or not, that would have been done by somebody else without your knowledge, but with your authority. Is that fair?
Well, it would have been done with either Under Sheriff Lakewald's knowledge or authority or mine.
And is it possible that something was done without your knowledge, but with your authority?
I guess it's possible, sure.
I mean, there's some delegated responsibilities in general that you give to other people, correct?
Right.
Okay, and sometimes they may take actions that you don't know about, but it's certainly done with your authority. Fair?
It could, yes.
Have you overall have you had an impression of what the public's reaction is to turning off the comments?
I don't overall have a reaction because you can't make comments, so nobody can contact us through the Facebook comments to let us know if they like it or not.
Okay. Has Facebook Messenger been turned off? In other words, can the sheriff's office either send or receive messages through the Facebook page?
I have no idea. I've never used Facebook Messenger.
Does the department receive messages by email?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So if someone wanted to tell you that they either agreed or disagreed with the comment policy, now they could email you, right?
Yes, they could.
Okay. To your knowledge, has there been anything like that, a general reaction where people are letting you know that, hey, it's a good thing the comments are off, or it's not a good thing?
I don't have a recollection of an email sent either way, pro or against.
Okay. And how about verbal comments? Has anybody talked to you about that?
No.
Any reaction within the department, like your deputies or anyone else in your office think it's a good thing or not a good thing to turn off the comments?
No one specifically talked to me about it, no.
Did you know that Lieutenant Van Giesen disagreed with your basic idea of hiding comments and blocking people?
Well, he voiced his disagreement. Yes, I'm aware.
Okay. When did he first voice that disagreement?
When I decided to turn the comments off. I don't recall the specific date.
Okay. So, and it was only at that moment that he told you that he disagreed with the blocking and hiding?
My recollection is that's the only time, because that's the only time we had a conversation.
Okay.
Because it had not been blocked prior to that.
Okay. So, but I thought you were talking about the moment in which the comments were turned off. Is that when you had this conversation with Van Giesen?
Yes.
Okay. So, for example,
during that time period, yes.
Okay. And so my question then too is so did you have a conversation with Van Giesen about the wisdom around hiding or blocking at the time that you ordered Leedy blocked?
Check to the form.
Yeah, I don't remember specifically what our conversation was. I know that he wanted to keep the comments going and I didn't. And since I'm the boss and I make that ultimate decision, he said, yes, sir, and turned the comments off.
That's regarding the comments, whether or not they're on or off. Are you aware that whether or not Van Giesen disagreed with blocking people?
I don't know. I don't remember a conversation on that.
Can you tell me generally what the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution is?
It's a guarantee.
Check to the form.
You can go ahead.
Pardon me, counsel?
I said object to the form.
Unless she tells you that you can't answer as an instruction, you can go ahead and after that.
Sure. Guarantees the freedom of speech.
Anything else?
And association.
Anything else
Oh, yeah.
that you can recall at this point?
Not that I can recall right now.
Cops not knowing the First Amendment is the equivalent to hiring a babysitter and the babysitter decides to move in while the parents are away and creating new rules while taking parental rights and responsibilities away. I recently asked 2 training officers if they knew the First Amendment and they didn't. How detrimental is that to American liberties? It jeopardizes the very foundation of freedom this country was built on. This has to be the biggest hoax ever perpetrated on the American people. To make believe cops are here to protect and serve, all the while we see them many times harassing and extorting the people.
Okay. So the most important part of the First Amendment that we're talking about is freedom of speech, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Does that include the right to criticize one's government?
Check to the form.
I would say yes.
Are you part of the government?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So do people have the right to criticize you?
Yes.
So, but as I understand it, it was the fact that Jim Leedy was criticizing you that got him in trouble with the terms of use, correct?
Object to the form.
Was, the violation was personal attacks, not criticizing me. That was the violation that he committed.
What's the difference between a personal attack and a criticism?
There can be.
I'm asking for your description of what the difference is.
Well, some criticisms are based on perceptions and facts, and then personal attacks are based on your ability to attack someone, which is a violation of our policy for Facebook.
I'm going to put back up one of the previous exhibits. This is the one with 10,000 followers. You see that?
Yes.
Okay, and we see Mr. Leedy's comment down here, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Does that comment contain a personal attack?
Object to the form.
I can't answer that question because I don't even know what that means.
What do you mean?
People follow this page to keep an eye on you and your gang. The true colors are starting to be seen by the public. Your reign seems to be coming to an end, and the next election will see you out the door. This is your undoing. So what's the question?
The question is, does this comment contain a personal attack?
I would say no.
Object to the form.
Okay. Does this comment violate the terms of use of the Sheriff's County Facebook page? Sheriff's Office Facebook page, sorry.
I would say no.
So do you know why it was hidden by this page as we see here?
I have no idea.
Okay. Should it have been hidden?
Object to the form.
I would say that based on our policy, it shouldn't have been hidden.
Okay, next one, and again, I'm sorry that I don't know whether or not this was used before. Are you able to tell, Connie, so that I can give it a new number if it needs one?
Yeah, I mean, we've only used one new one, which was the stipulation and order entering preliminary injunction.
So this is called Bonif County Sheriff's Office Post, and it begins effective immediately on February 17, 2022.
Let me see if I have this.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate the logistical help.
I think that is one.
You think that's one?
I think that is one to John's February. I don't have a paper copy.
Ms. Rothman can help me at the end, I'm sure, figure this out, you know, what she used and what she didn't. And Connie, we can be in touch about, you know, making sure we get the correct numbers in there. In any event, this is the next exhibit I want you to show you. Do you recognize this post?
I know it's on ours. I don't recall it specifically, but
okay. Do you remember authorizing a post about the updated terms of use?
yes, I do.
Okay. And what do you recall about conversations around the updating of the terms of use?
I remember updating the policy that was reviewed by legal and posting it.
What brought about the need to update the terms of use?
I believe it was the complaint from your client.
And now this is February 17, 2022. So the injunction was entered in April of this year, I believe. So yeah, the order here is April 12, 2023.
Yes.
Okay. And this post is from over a year prior.
Okay.
So are the terms of use being modified in 2022 related to my client's complaints?
Check to the form.
I don't recall the conversations, and if it was specifically or not, or if it was just what was happening at the time. It was also during COVID. I was getting death threats to me because of the stance I made, and people were saying some things that were not very kind. And so that could have been part of the motivation to update our language also.
Who made death threats?
Oh, people wanted me to die from COVID.
Who?
Who?
Yeah.
Oh, I got postcards and people, and I had people all over the country sending me postcards and emails and posts on my Facebook.
You know a name of anyone who made a death threat against you?
No, I don't.
And is it a death threat to say that someone hopes that you would die of COVID?
Well, when I say death threats, threat, I would, let me they would send notices that they wish that myself and my whole family would die of COVID because of the stance I took. That no one actually threatened me to kill me. It's just that they wanted me to die.
Understood. That's a good clarification, because if someone actually threatened you with death that said they were going to kill you, you did investigate that, wouldn't you?
Correct. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. Okay. And what was the stance that you took on COVID that people disagreed with?
Well, I disagreed with the governor's action on closing down the state, stopping people from gathering, preventing them from attending church and meetings, preventing them from working and making a living.
All right. So back to this exhibit is still this thing about the terms of use update on your screen, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if we scroll down, this one right here, Taggart Giles, generally speaking, that's critical, right? Of you?
Sure.
Okay. Does it contain a personal attack?
No.
And this will be the next one. Okay. I am showing you now a post from your office that was published on April 21, 2022 about the forensic files.
Yep, that's exhibit 5.
Okay, great. Thank you for that help. Do you remember this post?
I do.
Okay. What was it about?
Generally, it was about forensic files showed up at our office to do a program on a particular case, and our staff posted this with some pictures, kind of as a teaser that this episode's coming out.
Those forensic files, I'm not aware. Is that a TV show?
It's a TV show, correct?
Okay. All right. And then if we go down here, do you see now the difference between this text being more black and these texts being more gray?
On this one, I do, yes.
Okay. All right. What does that mean to you?
It doesn't mean anything. It just means that they're dark and the other one's gray.
Okay. So we see up here, it says hidden by this page with a little gray box. Do you see that? All right. So does that suggest to you that these are hidden comments?
So is that indicate?
Object to the form. Go ahead, Chair.
Thank you, counsel. That doesn't mean anything to me.
Okay. All right. I want you to assume that the grayed ones have been hidden. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Object to the form.
Do you know what this one is from Jody Fletcher saying Sage Dixon exposed? Do you know what that is?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you know why it would have been hidden?
I have no idea.
Okay. Here we have a comment from Mr. Leedy on August 18, 2022. It says it tags the sheriff's office and it says you realize that's a constitutional violation, and then it goes on, right? Does this comment, and I'll highlight it for us, does this comment ending with "and people think you're a constitutional sheriff," does that contain a personal attack?
I would say no.
Okay. Under your policy, should that have been hidden?
Object to the form.
Policy, I don't believe it should have been.
All right, and this one up here by Flanagan Teresa, do you see that?
Uh-huh.
Does that contain a personal attack?
No.
Does it otherwise violate the terms of use that were in place at the time?
Object to the form.
I believe not.
Okay. And then there's another one from Mr. Leedy down here that says, by the way, where are your terms of use posted? Does that contain a personal attack?
No,
Does it otherwise violate any of the terms of use?
no.
I have just put up on the next exhibit is from May 9th, 2022. It begins National Police Week, begins on May 12th. Do you see, or I'm sorry, May 11th. Do you see that?
Yes, and that is Exhibit 6.
Thank you. Very helpful. So do you recognize this post other than having reviewed it for the deposition?
I recognize it, yes.
Is this something that you authorized?
Most likely I or the undersheriff did, yes.
Who, if you know, who would have written the actual text of this post?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you think you did it?
I may have.
Okay. Right. And then, so this, overall, this is a post about National Police Week and the annual National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial. Is that fair?
Correct.
Okay. And then if we scroll down, we have some comments. And again, we have the word hide here. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. And it's above the comment by Mr. Leedy, right?
Okay.
Okay. The one that I've highlighted that says Alicia Abbott, be careful, BCSO will hide your comment. You know how Wheeler thinks of himself as being above the United States Constitution. But then maybe we could do a class action lawsuit against them. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Does that contain a personal attack?
No.
Okay. Does it otherwise violate the terms of use?
I would say no.
Okay. Should it have been hidden?
Check to the form.
No.
Okay.
I believe so.
All right. Next one here, another Leedy comment. Okay. It says, this seems interesting. Did you know that 419 of those deaths were from 19, 22 were from heart attack, 2 were from inadvertent gunfire, cops shooting cops? Does that comment contain a personal attack?
No.
Does it otherwise violate the terms of use?
I believe not. No.
And so should it have been hidden?
Check to the form.
I do not believe so, but I don't know when it was hidden either.
Okay. And do you know what this is, what the odmp.org is?
No, I don't.
All right, next one. All right, up on your screen now is do you see May 9th, 2022 updated their cover photo, and it's a picture of 2 sheriff's vehicles facing one another.
I see it. I'm seeing if we have that in a, okay, that looks like a new one.
Okay. And do you recognize this photo?
Yes.
Okay, is it still the cover photo for the sheriff's Facebook page?
I don't believe so, but I haven't looked at it on the Facebook page for several days, so I don't know.
Okay. And if we scroll down, we see this person named Melinda Muir asking whether or not there's an Explorer program, right?
Okay.
Okay. And then you responded to her, and would that necessarily have been you that wrote these?
No, that wouldn't have been. I have never responded to any Facebook comments. That would be the author, whoever the author was. So it would have been either Jackie or John.
Okay. Did anyone else have the ability to comment on behalf of the sheriff's office like Jackie or John?
No.
Was the undersheriff ever responsible for typing comments or responding to comments?
I believe not. No.
And do you know whether he, regardless of whether or not he was responsible for that, do you know whether or not he did it?
I don't know.
And to your knowledge, no one else other than Jackie or John made comments or responded to comments on the Facebook page. Is that right?
So to my knowledge, the only people that had access to that, Jason Davis, who's a deputy, he at one time had access to posting things on the website.
On the website or the Facebook page?
I'm sorry, the Facebook page, Facebook and website. So he actually did both.
Anyone else?
I don't believe there's anyone else.
And you know what period of time Jason Davis had that ability?
No, I don't.
So if you look below the county sheriff's office response about the Explorer program, and then we see another comment by Mr. Leedy, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so take a moment to review that comment.
Okay.
Does this comment contain a personal attack?
Yes, it does.
What's that?
Attack on the emergency response team and the deputies.
Okay. Tell me which, go ahead and read the sentence or sentences.
Greg Johnson was a member of Priest Lake. Your deputies killed him. That's a personal attack. I caution anyone interested in joining. You never know when Bonner County ERT and an armored vehicle will put up your property, and 9 officers who took their body cams for a reason and creating the incidents that is suspicious. So he's saying that our deputies killed.
So everything after the word your deputies is a personal attack?
The next one is you'll never know when Bonner County ERT with an arm will pull up to your property.
Is that a personal attack?
Create an incident that is suspicious. That's a personal attack.
Okay, why?
Because he's intimating that we actually show up with 9 officers in an armored vehicle and create an incident that is suspicious.
And I'm sorry to be obtuse, but what makes that a personal attack?
Primarily, it compounds on his continued attack on the sheriff's office and their deputies and staff from years past.
Okay, so it's a personal attack because it relates to a history of personal attacks. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Is it a personal attack to say that a deputy killed someone?
It's a personal attack based on his past attacks that were unfounded. Yes.
Is there a distinction in your mind between saying things about somebody in their personal capacity or personal life versus their official capacity and official duties?
Could you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, sure. And where I'm going with this is the terms of use talk about a personal attack, right?
Right.
Okay, so does a personal attack under the terms of use include an attack or criticism about someone's job duties or official work?
You'd have to be specific on what it is, because that's just too general.
Okay, well, do you agree with me that this comment that's up on the screen right now is talking about the deputies in the sheriff's office doing their jobs?
Okay.
Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. And so as opposed to, there's no attack on one's person like saying, you slept with your neighbor's wife, for example.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So that's where I'm trying to balance. So is there a difference in your mind under the terms of use between attacking or criticizing someone in their official duties versus attacking someone in their personal life?
Well, in the case if somebody's attacking someone else on our Facebook, that's going to be a violation of our if they're making personal attacks on other people, yes. I mean, we don't let people get up there and make personal attacks and that are unfounded. I mean, if you have evidence of it, that's one thing, but if all the evidence in my case with the one case of Priest Lake pointed one way, and he's attacking our officers of doing something that was illegal. So you have to, I guess I just have to look at the totality of the circumstances and how there was just a pattern of him attacking us every day on Facebook.
So does it matter to you whether he's attacking or criticizing the work that deputies are doing versus something in their personal life?
Oh, I get your question. So it does make a difference.
Okay, tell me how.
I don't know what knowledge, I don't have any knowledge of my employees in their personal life, but I do have knowledge of how our officers and deputies are conducting themselves in their professional. So that's the difference.
Okay. To your knowledge, now that we kind of have those two buckets defined, to your knowledge, did Mr. Leedy engage in any attacks of a personal nature on deputies or yourself in your personal lives?
I'm not aware of any. I don't know, just on our Facebook, yes.
So the main thing that we're talking about here, or maybe the only thing that we're talking about here, is Mr. Leedy criticizing or attacking people for the way that they're doing their jobs. Is that right?
Object to the form.
Well, not attacking their jobs. He's making assumptions that were absent of any facts. And he makes claims against my deputies for certain involvements that they weren't involved, and assuming things that were just a total fabrication and attack on our office.
And who gets to decide whether or not what he says is has a factual basis or has evidence behind it?
Object to the form.
Well, I would say that the administrator and those who supervise the administrator of the Facebook page.
And who is the administrator of the Facebook page?
John Van Giesen.
Okay, and who supervises John Van Giesen?
Myself and the undersheriff for Lakewold.
Okay, so that group of people gets to decide whether something is based in fact or supported by evidence in a comment section on the Facebook page?
Correct.
Same objection.
Okay. Next one. I'm showing now one that is from May 11th, 2022 about National Police Week, and it has an image of a headstone. You see that?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if this is a new exhibit or not, but we'll figure that out.
It is a new exhibit.
Great, thank you. Appreciate that. Again, this is along the same lines of what you posted before, honoring fallen officers and so forth, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes, thanks. Okay, and down below we have a comment by Mr. Leedy that says, Jeff Howard, wasn't he the one that crashed his personal motorcycle while not wearing a helmet? Do you see that?
Okay, yes.
Okay. And does that contain a personal attack?
That's a personal criticism. I don't know. I'm assuming he's talking about Mike Victorino.
So is this comment a personal attack or not?
No.
Okay. Does it otherwise violate the terms of use of the Facebook page?
No.
Okay. And in general, I think we've come to an understanding. When I say the Facebook page, I mean the sheriff's office Facebook page, right?
Right.
Okay.
Hey, counsel, when we get to a good spot, can we take a quick break?
Sure. I don't mind stopping now. That's great.
If that works for you, that'd be great. I just need about 5 minutes.
Yep. Let's do more like 10, just because I find that 5 comes around really quick. So we'll come back at 12:50.
Perfect. Thank you.
Good. All right. See you all soon.
All right. The time is 12:40 p.m. We're off the record. The time is 12:52 p.m. We're on the record.
Can I bring something up real quick?
Sure.
So on this break, I was kind of really confused to some of the questions, and I was relaying onto Exhibit 1 when you were talking about our policy, our Facebook policy. Well, Exhibit 1 is missing 3 of our policies.
Okay. Is that the current policies or the ones
Our
that
current policies, yes, and the policy at that time. And I don't know why it's missing. Sometimes when you copy it, it doesn't collect everything, but the 3 policies that are missing on Exhibit 1 are to promote or incite violence, to advocate illegal activity, or number 3 are not related to the posted topic. And most of the conversations that you asked me, or the questions you asked me when they were removed, was because your client made comments that were not related to the topic.
Okay.
So I would, if that was the case, I would change my answer to those, because it was not related to the topic on most of those posts. So just to want to bring that clarification. I don't know why those are missing from Exhibit 1.
All right. So without going into the content of anything you might have said, who did you speak with over the break?
Who did I speak with? Just my attorney.
Okay. All right. And so it's after a break of 10 minutes after having talked to your attorney that you're making these changes now.
Object to the form.
after the break, I'm making these changes because document Exhibit 1 does not represent our whole policy.
Okay. I'm going to bring that back up. And this is what I showed you before.
Okay, that's not the one I saw. You had Exhibit 1, I didn't.
This is the only one I've got with the term
Okay,
review.
well,
So,
I missed that. Are not related to the posted topic and advocate illegal, so I
and
missed.
promote and incite violence.
Yeah, promote or incite violence. So I did not have that at my fingertips when we went on to ask those specific questions on the postings that were deleted.
Okay. So when you said at your fingertips, are you saying that this isn't what I showed you before?
No, what I'm saying is that that was up and then it disappeared and I did not have that to review
Okay.
as we were going through the questioning.
At the time
So
I
can
asked you. At
Can
the
I
time,
add, can I add, just if you look, I think the confusion, if you would like any help from me, is the exhibit number 1 is different. John Van Giesen's number 1 is different. So I think that might be where the confusion is coming from.
That's fine. I'm just saying this is what I showed him before and it has those 3 topics on it. Okay. And so, it's now your testimony that some of what we've looked at today violates other parts of the terms of use. Is that right?
Correct, primarily that are not related to the posted topic. Correct.
Did anything that we've reviewed today promote or incite violence by Mr. Leedy?
Without reviewing each of those again, I don't believe so.
All right, we will review each one of them again. So, and to your recollection, sitting here now, did any of them advocate for illegal activity?
No.
Okay, and so you're saying that your primary addition now is that they're not related to the posted topic, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And at the time we looked at this policy before, we reviewed each one of these bullet points, and you said the only one or the main one that we'd be talking about today contains personal attacks, right?
Correct, and I just I poured through and missed not related to the posted topic.
Okay, all right.
I was looking for that under Exhibit 1 because you had taken that list off of my screen. And so as we were going to review those, I was looking at my posted list on Exhibit 1, and those were missing on this one.
So I'm happy to put this in the chat or something, and then you can review it whenever you need to. I will make the same offer that I made to you at the beginning of the deposition, that if any time we're reviewing these other exhibits, you need to look back at this terms of use, you can do so, okay?
Sure.
Okay, so that's been dropped into the chat. The one thing I would ask that you do is if you bring that up on your screen and you're looking at that too, because we're in a remote setting over Zoom, that you let me know what you're looking at or referring to. Okay, so we're going to go back to the exhibits we've been through. All right, so this is the November 15, 2022, 10,000 followers post, right?
Yes.
Okay. We identified before that this comment saying this isn't the flex you think it is by Mr. Leedy did not contain personal attack. Is it off topic?
And I don't know what the term flex means that he uses. Do you know what flex means?
I'm not here to answer questions, but I
Okay, well, I don't know.
whether or not this is off topic.
Okay. So could you repeat the question?
Is the comment that we're looking at on the screen comment from on the post of November 15 to 2022 related to having 10,000 followers? Is Mr. Leedy's comment that's highlighted here off topic?
It could
No.
be. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it could be.
Okay, how so?
Well, what does it have to do with 1,000 people being reached? And then I would say your reign seems to be coming to an end. I don't know what my reign is and why it's coming to an end when we're celebrating there the 100,000 or there's 10,000 followers. So I'm not really, from my perspective, what that has to do with the topic.
Okay. When he talks about people follow this page to keep an eye on you and your gang, is that off topic?
No.
Okay, so what you're talking about is, okay, let me ask it this way. If part of a comment is off topic and the other part is not, does that comment violate the terms of use or not?
I would say yes.
Okay, and so therefore the entire comment can be hidden or blocked?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to use the phrase off topic, going back to the, and you feel free to look at the terms of use, okay?
Yes.
The words that are used there are not related to the posted topic, okay?
Right.
As a shorthand, I would like us to agree on using the phrase off topic. Is that fair?
Sure.
Okay. And that's
Okay.
what I mean. I just want to have to say that 6-word phrase all the time.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Okay. And so we're going to go back to the next one then. All right, and this is the exhibit that had to do with forensic files from a post of April 21, 2022.
Okay.
Okay. And then we have, I'm going to go through these each of these. Flanagan Teresa, how rude and disrespectful, looks like you're from Spokane. Do use a favor, stay there. Do you see that?
Okay.
Okay. Is that off topic?
So I don't know who he was. I don't know who Paul Jackson was and I'd have to have some content on who Paul Jackson is, John Paul
Okay.
Jackson.
Does this comment otherwise violate the terms of use? Feel free to look at those if you do.
Well, I would say so.
Counsel, you cut out at the end of your question. I didn't get it.
I'm sorry. I said, does this comment by Flanagan Teresa, the one that we've been talking about, otherwise violate the terms of use? And then I said, and feel free to look at the terms of use if you need to.
So all I can say is if they're talking about some kind of criticism or some kind of issue that's off topic of forensic files, I'd say yes, but I don't know the rest of the conversation between John Paul Jackson and what their conversation was about.
Okay. Let's go to the first leady comment about you realize that's a constitutional violation. Is this one off topic?
I would say it's off topic if we're talking about forensic files. I'm not sure what he's relating to.
Okay. He claims that he says he just checked and you hid my original comment. Do you see that?
Can you point to it from your screen? Oh, what was his original comment? I don't know.
Oh, it was hidden, so I guess we don't know.
So I don't know if it was off topic or not. So it probably
Right.
was.
Okay. All right. And the one down here that talks about, by the way, where are your terms of use posted? Is that off topic?
Yes.
Okay.
We're not talking about terms of use. We're talking about forensic files.
Okay. And so if it's not on the topic of forensic files, it can be hidden or deleted.
Yes.
Okay. Is it constitutional to hide comments that are simply off topic?
Back to the form, calls for a legal conclusion.
So I would never have thought that I was violating the First Amendment by adopting these policies. They were reviewed by legal and adopted, so that was the foundation for the decision we made.
Okay. Do you understand now that hiding or deleting a comment simply because it's off topic is not constitutional?
Back to the form.
I can't say if I agree or disagree because we do not have comments on our section, so we don't even participate in hiding or deleting comments.
My question is more general and could refer back to when you did have comments, but do you have an understanding as to whether or not it's constitutional to hide or delete comments simply because they are off topic?
Same objection.
So the judge's orders didn't address that. He just addressed that we cannot hide comments. And we had to allow him to be on there. So that would be a question for the courts. I mean, it's not a question for me.
Okay, I'm just asking for your understanding. Do you have an understanding one way or the other, whether or not hiding or deleting comments simply because they are off topic is constitutional?
I don't know.
Same objection.
You don't know? All right, and let's go back to the terms of use. No, I don't. I'll put it up on the screen, although that's not the point of my next question. So, let's see that one. Terms of use now up for you?
Yes,
Okay, great. Where did these come from?
they were written by our legal department.
Written by or suggested to and approved by?
They were suggested to and approved.
Okay, and so so before they were reviewed by the legal team, how did it come to be? Where did you get this?
I believe John found that from either the agency that he worked for or an adjoining agency, that he used that as a framework for these bylaws or for these rules.
And Sheriff, I just need to remind you not to disclose any conversations that you may have had with your legal with respect to these.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm talking about before that. So do you know where are you saying that Van Giesen came up with this or somehow acquired it?
Correct.
Do you know where he acquired it?
I don't know for sure.
And when you said it was from potentially from a different agency, does agency mean a different law enforcement?
A different law
agency?
enforcement agency, correct.
Okay. And you said it may have come from his prior agency. Where was that?
Kitsap County, I think, or Washington, I think.
Kitsap or Kittitas?
Kitsap, I think.
Okay. All right. And then without going into any of the conversations when you that you may have had, when you say the legal team, who are you referring to?
To the prosecuting attorney's office.
Okay. And who is that?
That would be Lewis Marshall, Bill Wilson, Scott Bauer, and then they also use another outside attorney that I use, which is Darren Murphy.
Okay. And who is the elected right now?
Lewis Marshall.
Okay. And do you know which of those people weighed in or reviewed the terms of use?
I don't know who weighed in on it, no.
Do you know who reviewed it?
I don't know specifically on which ones specifically did.
Do you know whether or not Darren Murphy did?
I don't know if he did or not. He's consulted by them, and he's my attorney also.
Were you involved in the conversations with legal, again, without telling me any contents, were you personally involved with any of these interactions with the legal team regarding the terms of use?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Was there somebody that you delegated to head up those conversations?
Yes, Lieutenant Van Giesen.
Okay. I'm bringing back up exhibits related to National Police Week posted May 9th, 2022. You see that?
Yes, I'm trying to see if it's an exhibit.
We looked at this earlier today.
Okay, I've got it. Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to scroll down to some comments here. We have Mr. Leedy commenting about BCSO will hide your comments. We already established that this does not constitute a personal attack. Is it off topic?
Yes, it is. It's off topic.
How so?
Asking about a class action lawsuit against me and saying that thinks themselves of being above the United States Constitution. That has nothing to do with Peace Officer Memorial.
Okay. And so because of that, it could be hidden or removed?
Correct.
Okay. Looking at the one above it with Alicia Abbott, is this one off topic?
It is not, because it's talking about deaths of officers, which COVID-19 was contributed to several deaths, to a great amount of deaths in Idaho and the United States.
Okay. And that last sentence that says, whoever is writing this social media garbage for Daryl, how do you sleep at night? Is that on topic?
Well, it's a statement, it's her beliefs, but it's not off topic.
All right. And who is it that gets to decide whether something is off topic or not?
The administrator, and if it's brought to the attention of either the undersheriff and I, we determine that.
Okay. And again, the administrator is Van Giesen?
Yes.
Okay. And moving down the page to Mr. Leedy's comments about this seems interesting. Did you know that 419 of those deaths were from COVID-19? Is that on topic?
Yes,
Okay. Is the rest of it on topic? 22 were from heart attack?
appears to be.
Should this comment have been hidden either because it contains a personal attack or because it's off topic?
Most likely not.
Okay. Did it violate any of the other terms of use? And feel free to look at that.
I believe no.
So you believe what?
No, I would say no.
Okay, bringing back up the cover photo one. Okay. This one, we already established that you believe it contains personal attacks, right? And this again is the cover photo from May 9th, 2022.
Okay,
A comment by Mr. Leedy.
yes.
Go ahead. So you already said that this contains a personal attack under your view. Is it also off topic?
It is.
Okay. How so?
It's about, the topic is the new Facebook page showing new patrol cars.
Okay. So if we go up above, Melinda Muir says, do you have an Explorer program? Is that on topic?
I guess it could or could not be, because we're showing patrol cars, and the patrol cars are part of the Explorer program.
Which would you decide if you're making that decision about what's on topic or what's off topic? What would be your call?
Object to the form.
I would say that the JD lady topic is off topic, comments are off topic.
The Melinda Muir?
It could or could not be off topic.
Well, what would be your decision? If you had to decide, does this violate the terms of use or not? What would you say?
Object to the form.
I would say that the Melinda Muir's does not contain personal attacks, and the second one does.
Again, I'm just focused on the Melinda Muir comment, okay?
Yeah,
Is it on topic or not? If this were you deciding, and I understand at the time it may not have been, but if this is you deciding, is her topic on top, is her comment on topic or off topic?
I would say it could be, or either way.
Should it be hidden?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Therefore, you're saying that it's on topic, right?
Well, I'm saying that I don't go through these Facebook pages and look at comments and determine, is this on topic or not topic? These are brought to my attention by my staff because I don't spend time looking through Facebook.
All right. But if things are off topic under the old policy, they should be removed, right?
Object to the form.
Is that true?
They could be, yes.
Okay. Is that a more, you said could be, is it more of a discretionary thing that sometimes
I think it's a discretionary thing, yes.
Okay. So sometimes we'll let on topic comments remain or off topic comments remain, and sometimes we won't. Fair?
Fair.
Okay. Okay. This one I think is not one we looked at today. This is from May 11, 2022. Do you see that?
Yes, I've never seen this before.
Okay. And it's the post is a badge with National Police Week, Respect, Honor, Remember. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. And you have no reason to believe that this was posted without your authority, right?
Correct.
Okay. And then we see Mr. Leedy's comment down here, and it says, respect is earned, not demanded. Does that comment violate the terms of use?
No.
Should it have been hidden or deleted?
I would say that it probably should have stayed there.
Okay, we looked at this one earlier. This is the one with the headstone from May 11, 2022.
Yes.
Okay. And then Mr. Leedy's comment about the one that crashed his personal motorcycle. Does that violate any of the terms of use?
Well, it was kind of, I would say it could have been one way or the other, just because the first statement was about Mike Victorino, who was an officer who lost his life while riding a motorcycle. The second one, he's asking, was he where he heard it? I'd say no.
Say, I'm sorry.
I'd
My
say
my original question was, does it violate a term of use?
it's not on topic of the peace officers memorial. So yeah, it would violate the use.
Off topic.
Yes, it's off topic.
Okay. Is the comment by Jeff Howard, also RIP Sergeant Mike Victorino, you were a good man? Is that on topic?
Yes, it is.
Okay. How so?
Because he was a police officer.
Okay. So if we're talking about a police officer dying, it's on topic?
We're talking about a police officer that recognizes the memorial.
Okay.
And Mike Victorino was a police officer.
Okay. And this is where I think we're about to head when we came back off break. So we haven't seen this one today. I don't know if it was used before. Up on your screen should be a post from May 16, 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
Thank you. That's all right. And it begins, Sheriff Wheeler and Prosecutor Marshall release a joint statement. You see that?
Yes, I see it.
Okay. All right. And then what generally was this announcement about?
It was describing the road, the dispute that's going on there, and we're requesting people to not violate the property rights of the adjacent property and those who were trespassing, and that we would be enforcing the trespassing policies.
If we scroll down, do you know who Paul Siraki is?
You asking me?
Yes.
I have no idea who he is.
And this is this person right here that I'm highlighting, right? Okay. So you don't know who that is?
I have no idea. No.
Okay. Is his comment, or let me ask it this way. Does this comment that's highlighted now that begins, interesting how my first comment was deleted, does that violate the terms of use?
I'm going to object to the form.
Interesting. That's pertinent to the press release.
Okay. Is the first sentence on topic?
Interesting how my first comment was deleted.
I'm going to object to the form.
I don't know if it's on topic because I don't know what the comment that was deleted said.
But generally, is it on topic to simply say interesting how my first comment was deleted?
Same objection.
It all pertains to what the first post was and how it was deleted and the reason it was deleted. The second part, they need to protect people's rights to gather and protest also instead of wealthy persons. That's on topic.
Okay. Do you know who Marshall Newman is?
Sure don't. No.
Okay, so the comment and this is, do you agree with me that this is a comment that's responding to Paul Siraki's comment?
I have no idea. Well, it says, okay, so he's responding to him, yes.
Okay. And so it begins, sheriff's departments have been sued in the past for deleting public comments on their public Facebook page, right?
Yes.
Okay. And go ahead and read the whole thing. And my question will be, is this comment by Marshall Newman on topic or off topic?
Object to the form.
I would say that most likely that looks like it's off topic.
Should it have been hidden or deleted?
Probably should have, yes.
Okay. And because and to close that loop, it's because it's off topic with the original post that had to do with enforcing some property rights, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. All right. And then right below it is Mr. Leedy's comment saying the other tactic BCSO does is hide comments. Do you see that? And it goes on. I'm just reading the first part. Okay. Is that one off topic?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Does it contain a personal attack?
No personal attack, just off topic.
Okay. Does it violate any of the other terms of use?
Nope, it's just off topic.
Okay. Next one down, and I'm not going to read the whole thing into the record, but it starts out with, as a reminder, Sheriff Darrell Wheeler has defended his deputies, and it ends with the don't trust either Wheeler or Marshall if you decide to take part in this public gathering mentioned by Wheeler. So please review the whole thing, and then my question would be if it's on topic or off topic.
The very first sentence is off topic,
Okay,
and it should have been deleted.
okay. The second sentence,
It's off topic.
okay. And then the third sentence,
The third sentence is off topic, or is on topic. That's the only
On
thing
topic.
on. Yeah,
okay, because it's talking about the public gathering, right?
right.
And so, is this something where, well, 2 out of the 3 sentences are off topic, and so it should be deleted?
Check to the form.
We deleted it because of those 2 sentences. Yes, we don't have the ability to just cut the sentences out. We have to delete the whole comment.
Next one up is from May 18, 2022. It says springtime in Bonner County. Special thanks to Deputy Garrett Johnson for the picture. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you recognize this post?
No, I mean, I can't say that I've seen it before, but I mean, I know that it's on our Facebook.
Okay. So again, it's something that you have no reason to believe that it was done without your authority, right?
Correct. Yes.
And then we have Leedy's comments. It says, if any of your deputies would like to reach out to me with information about the killing of Craig Johnson, I promise I will keep, and I'm paraphrasing a bit, but keep their information confidential. And it goes on, right?
And that is definitely off topic.
Okay. And is that the only term of use that it violates?
Yes.
And that's why it was hidden or deleted.
Yes.
All right. Next one up is from May 25th, 2022. Sometimes you just have to get a little dirty. Do you see that one?
Yes.
Okay. And generally speaking, this is about an arrest that was made. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And then if we scroll down to Mr. Leedy's comments, it says, congratulations, you didn't kill the suspect. Do you see that?
Yes.
Does that violate a term of use?
Yes.
Which one?
It's off topic and it's derogatory towards the deputies.
Okay, and derogatory, do you mean that is a personal attack?
It's a derogatory towards our office, and it's consistent with his message that he's continued to spew against the sheriff's office.
Okay. So, and I'm gonna go back to terms of use. See the terms of use up on your screen now?
Yes.
Where does derogatory fit into this?
It's not. It's off topic.
Okay. And I understand that your position is that it's off topic, but you also said, and it's derogatory to my officers. And I'm
The
wondering.
reason it was a derogatory statement, which caused it to be off topic.
Okay. So it's not a personal attack. Is that fair? Okay. All right. So back to that exhibit, when he says you didn't kill the suspect, he is talking about the general subject matter, which was an arrest of a suspect, right?
I don't know what he was talking about. I wasn't in his head when he did that.
Okay, so but you say that this is off topic, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what is he talking about?
I don't know, but congratulations, you didn't kill them. We took someone in custody and took them into custody and took them to jail. Having a statement like, congratulations, you didn't kill the suspect, is off topic.
Okay, so do you read that as being related to the suspect being the person that was talked about in your post?
Check to the form.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the way you phrased that question. This is a question about an arrest, and somebody was taken into custody after fighting with somebody. And it was good because it was a good story.
Okay, and when he says the suspect, is he referring to the suspect who was arrested?
Yes.
Object to the form.
Okay, so.
Well, I don't know if he was. I mean, I assume, but based on the history of his post, he was referring back to Craig Johnson, which was very inappropriate.
What does object to form mean to you?
Pardon me?
What does object to form mean to you?
Object to form in what context?
Right, when you hear your attorney say object to form, what does that mean to you?
It means that the way you form the question, she objects to it.
Okay.
Reform the question.
The next one I'm showing is from August 2, 2022. This will be the next exhibit. It starts out, are you starting out in nursing or just looking for a new challenge? Do you see this?
Yes,
And it looks like you were hiring an adult detention LPN.
yes.
Okay. And do you remember, did you write this material?
I didn't write that specifically, no.
Okay. Do you know who did?
No, I don't.
And then we see Mr. Lee's comments that says the downside, you'll be working for Sheriff Wheeler. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Does this violate a term of use?
Well, I don't know. I'm
Okay.
just, yeah, it could or could not, but
Okay. So if you were the one to have made the decision, and I understand you might not have been, but if you were the one making the call, would you say this is off topic or on topic?
well,
Object to the form.
I would say off topic because it's a way of personally attacking me.
So is it both or one or the other? Personal attack, off topic?
It's a personal attack.
Okay. Is it also off topic?
No, I would say it's just a personal attack.
Okay. And what is it about you that he's attacking?
What is it about me?
Yeah.
He's consistently made posts about my office, our investigation, our statements being liars. I mean, I could go on and on.
But what about this particular comment is personally attacking?
It's a derogatory comment towards me
How so?
based on my knowledge of his post. It says it's a downside.
Okay. So I'm not trying to be obscure about my question. I mean, isn't he basically saying that it would be a negative thing to work for you?
Object to the form.
I don't know what he's saying.
Okay. So any other way that this comment is personally attacking to you?
Just that it's a downside to having to work at the sheriff's office.
The next exhibit is one that was posted on August 30th, 2022. It says the Bonner County Chaplains are hosting the 3rd annual Back the Bonner Blue Rally. Do you see that?
Yes,
Okay, do you recognize this post?
I do.
Okay. Did you write it?
No, I didn't.
Do you know who did?
I don't know specifically, probably the chaplains.
Okay. But it's certainly posted with your authority, correct?
Yes, yes.
And if we look down at some comments, again by Mr. Leedy, well, let's start with one by Spicer Blount. Do you know Spicer Blount?
No, I don't.
You don't know who that is?
I don't know the name. I don't know who it is.
Okay. And then he comments, or I don't know if Spicer's a man or a woman. They comment, will the official Idaho constitutional sheriffs be well represented, right?
Yeah.
Does that violate any of the terms of use?
No.
Okay. So it's on topic?
Well, it's about backing the blue. Yeah, I'd say it's on topic.
Okay. What is the Idaho constitutional sheriffs?
I'm assuming it's a group. I'm not part of them, and I've never investigated them. I don't know who they are.
What is a constitutional sheriff?
I don't know what Mr. Blount thinks is a official Idaho constitutional sheriff.
Okay, and my question is about your knowledge. What is a constitutional sheriff?
I would say it's a sheriff that believes in the original intent of the Constitution, and that particular sheriff will uphold the constitutional rights of the citizens.
Okay, are you a constitutional sheriff?
Well, I believe that way. I don't know if I'm a constitutional sheriff, but I believe in the Constitution, and people have called me that.
Okay. Do you belong to an organization called the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association?
I do not.
Okay. Have you heard of that?
I have.
Okay. What is that group?
I don't even know
Check to the
what,
form.
yeah. I don't know what group that is. It's a private group and I don't even know where they're based out of. It's not in Idaho.
Have you ever been to a meeting or a training held by them?
No, I have not.
Have you ever met anybody who's a member of the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association?
I may have.
You may have, but you just don't know if they were.
Right, correct.
Got it. The next, this will not be an exhibit. I just pulled up a web page that I just want to show you. So I just looked this up from Wikipedia. Do you see that?
Yeah,
Okay. And it says the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officer Association is a political organization of local police officials in the United States who contend that federal and state government authorities are subordinate to the local authority of county sheriffs and police. Do you see that?
yes.
Is that what you understand to be a constitutional sheriff?
I'm going to object to the form. I'm also going to object to the use of Wikipedia, but different story.
I'm not sure if I'd agree with that or not. So political, I don't know what their organization, I know who they are. I've never attended any of their conferences or training, but
Okay. Do you believe that federal and state government authorities are subordinate to the local authority of county sheriffs and police?
I think they're
Check to the
subordinate.
form.
Yeah, I think they're subordinate to the Constitution.
Who is?
State
objection.
government authorities.
So I'm just gonna read this. Do you contend that federal and state government authorities are subordinate to the local authority of county sheriffs and police?
Check to the form if there's a question there.
You're gonna have to explain what subordinate means, and you have to go into detail what you mean by that. Because I don't understand the question.
Subordinate generally means below. You have subordinates who work for you, right?
But I don't work for the federal or the state governments. I work for the people, and I enforce state laws. I don't enforce federal laws. So I'm really not sure what question you're asking.
You do not enforce federal laws?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Police,
So
sheriffs do
I'm
not.
asking whether or not it's your belief that federal and state government authorities are subordinate to the local authority of county sheriffs and police.
Same objection.
So I guess you need to be more specific. Because federal agencies can go to a federal court and get an arrest warrant and serve that in the county. In that case, they're not subordinate to me. They don't need my permission to come in to do that. So, I mean, I don't understand the question.
Okay. Are you subordinate to the governor of Idaho?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Are you subordinate to the president of the United States?
Absolutely not.
Okay. So are you the supreme legal authority in your county?
Check to the form.
I'm the chief law enforcement officer and I share that with the prosecuting attorney.
Okay. How about the federal courts? If the federal courts order you to do something, does that mean anything to you?
Sure it does.
Okay. So the federal government is superior to you. Is that true?
Same objection.
The federal government is not superior to me, but if there's a legal search warrant, arrest warrant, or order that is authorized by a judge, I will follow it. But like I said, I understand what your question is.
Okay. Are you obliged to obey an order of a federal court?
If it's a legal order, correct, yes.
Who determines whether or not it's a legal order?
Prosecuting attorney and
Okay, so and the prosecuting attorney of where?
of Bonner County.
Okay, so if a Bonner County prosecutor thinks that a federal order is unconstitutional, does that mean that you don't have to follow it?
No, it's
Check
not.
to the form.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's not what it means.
Okay, tell me about that. What does it mean then?
So yeah, that's what I said. I would evaluate what the probable cause is. I would evaluate what authority that was given to the court. If it's, for instance, it's an ordinance, we don't enforce ordinances. If it's an executive order by the president, there's no legal precedent for sheriffs to follow an executive order by the president. So you have to be specific and give me all of the details, and I can tell you if I would or not. But,
Okay. So like the order in this case, you're under an order, your office is under an order to not block Mr. Leedy. Are you obliged to follow that order or not?
yes.
And why is that? That's what I'm getting at.
Why is that? Because it was issued lawfully by a federal, by a district judge here in the state of Idaho.
So putting those two things together, so long as it's a constitutional order, you believe that you are subordinate at least to the federal court.
Back to the form.
There's too many variables in that question.
Why?
Because I'm subordinate to the orders and the court orders that are legal court orders, yes.
That's what I mean. So you have to follow those orders, right?
Yes.
And so we already talked about the Spicer Blount comment. Underneath there is a comment by Mr. Leedy saying, I have heard that the official toilet paper used in the Bonner County Sheriff's Office has the United States Constitution printed on it. Does that violate a term of use?
Yes.
Which one?
Related to the post. Can you lift that up? Yeah, we've gone. What is that post that we're talking about? If you could lift that.
Sure. Sorry. That's back to the chaplains.
All right. Thank you. Thanks.
Okay. So in your view, that's off topic.
Yes.
Okay. Does it violate any of the other terms of use?
No.
Okay. And so because it was off topic, it was removed or hidden.
Yes.
And same one underneath, we have another one by Mr. Leedy, starting with, and I won't read the whole thing, but if you participate in this Back the Blue self-praise event, just know you are celebrating the law enforcement officers that participated in the killing of Craig Johnson. And it has a list of people. Does that violate terms of use?
Yes, it's off topic.
Okay. Any other terms of use?
No.
Okay. So, but he is talking about the Back the Blue self-praise event, right?
Sure.
And that is the subject of the post.
And that I would, sir, I would also say it's a personal attacks.
Okay. So it's both off topic and a personal
attacks, correct.
Okay. So generally when he starts, if you participate in this Back the Blue self-praise event, that is on topic with the topic of the Back the Blue event, right?
Sure.
Okay. And so because some of the rest of it was off topic, the whole thing can be hidden or deleted under the off topic rule.
Correct.
Okay. And it's a personal attack.
Correct.
Okay. And how so?
He's accusing us of participating in killing Craig Johnson.
Okay. Is there ongoing litigation regarding Craig Johnson?
No.
Okay. Any appeals? Nothing like that?
No.
Okay, and then there's a comment right below it. Do you know who Antonio Valeros is?
No, I don't.
Okay. This comment, it doesn't violate any of terms of use. It begins, you think you can cover.
It's off topic.
Okay. Any other terms of use?
No.
No. And to be fair, my whole question should have been, does it violate any other terms of use?
No, just off topic.
Okay. All right, this next one was posted on July 4th, 2022, and it reads, it's not just the 4th of July, and it has a picture of a flag with Happy Independence Day. Do you see that?
Yes.
Did you write this post?
No.
And do you know who did?
Looks like Jackie Rogers did.
Certainly done with your authority, correct?
Yes.
And then we have Mr. Leedy's comment starts Independence Day. You mean like the day our forefathers, and then it goes on. Please go ahead and read the whole comment, and then I'll have questions about
Okay.
it. Okay. Does this violate any of the terms of use?
Yes.
Which ones?
Second paragraph.
And second paragraph, what does it violate?
That day when the sheriff, like you, would send deputies to Craig Johnson property where they would shoot and kill him on September 26th, delaying his constitutional rights. That is off topic.
Does it violate any other terms of use?
Off topic, and it could personal attacks on those working that day, but primarily it's just off topic.
And because that second, do you agree with me that the first sentence or the first paragraph is on topic?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And so because the second paragraph was off topic, the whole thing was deleted or hidden.
Correct.
Okay, the next exhibit is a Facebook post from July 20, 2022. It begins Vonda Esch, age 30 of Coquilala. You see that?
Yes.
All right. And the general subject of this is someone who was severely injured in a car crash, and it's an effort to raise money to support her family, right?
Correct.
And then we have Mr. Leedy. Beginning, Craig Johnson was a member of Priest Lake Search and Rescue. Go ahead and read that comment, and I'll have questions about it.
I read it.
Okay. Does that violate terms of use?
Yes, it does.
Which ones?
Off topic.
Any others?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, next one. Next exhibit is a post from July 21, 2022. It begins, new narcotics detection canine team hits the streets. Do you see that?
Yes.
And generally, this is a post about some new canines that joined the department.
Can I just ask a procedural question? Joe, are you sending these when you put them up? We're not marking them. So are you sending them to the court reporter so she at least gets them contemporaneously, or are we just all assuming that they'll go in the right order and everything else that you've been talking about?
Fair question, and I understand it's a bit of a mess, but I haven't been sending them contemporaneously, but I do intend to figure that out and send them very concisely to you and the court reporter at the end.
Hey, Joe.
Yes.
And this is Mika. I've been sending them to Connie as well as we've been using them.
There you go.
And
So are they being marked by you, Connie? Right? I mean, contemporaneously, or we just
Yep.
not really?
I'm marking them. I'll go
Okay.
over it all with you at the end. It's kind of a mess, but I'm keeping with it.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry about this. And maybe Connie, I'll pause and maybe we could have you tell on the record what number we're using.
I don't know if that's going to be super helpful, but
Okay. All right.
I mean,
No,
are we going, did we start with 15?
I started with 15.
Okay.
My
Thanks, Connie.
apologies. I'm not usually this attached from the exhibit numbers. I apologize. So the one that's up on the screen right now is from July 21 regarding canine, right?
Yes.
And then we have first a comment by Dwayne Wheatsky. Do you know who that is?
Nope.
Okay. It says, anybody here familiar with Florida versus Harris? Does that violate any of the terms of use?
I don't know if it does. I don't know what the lawsuit, Florida versus Harris. I'm assuming it's a canine case.
All right. And then Mr. Leedy comments after that and says, well, we already have proof that several of their deputies lied to state investigators, etc. See that?
Yep.
Okay. Does Mr. Leedy's comment violate the terms of use?
Yes.
Which one, if any?
It's off topic.
Is that the only one that it violates?
Yeah, and personal attacks on deputies.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about the history of the Facebook page. It's my understanding that even before Van Giesen was involved, that comments may have been turned on or off maybe a time or two. Is that correct?
I have no knowledge.
Okay. When Van Giesen arrived in Bonner County, were comments on or off at that time?
I believe they were on.
And by that, I mean, the comments being known as the functionality that allows people to comment, right?
Yes.
We talked a bit about the First Amendment and, freedom of speech. Do you know what kinds of speech are considered not protected by the First Amendment?
Check to the form.
Do I know what speech that is not protected?
Yeah, let me give you an example. Yelling fire in a crowded theater when there isn't actually a fire,
Sure.
right, is creating a public danger, and that's recognized as not protected speech, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have an understanding of what categories like that of speech are not protected?
And, and I generally I do, but that was all determined by court cases and laws that followed up the passage of the First Amendment by Congress. So, I mean, yes, I understand that.
Okay. Can you tell me any categories of speech that are not protected?
Same
No,
objection.
Okay.
not specifically, no.
Let's talk a little bit about your history in law enforcement. How long have you been in law enforcement?
Almost 38 years.
Okay. Tell me how it began.
Started out at the state legislature in the 80s and then went to a big sheriff's office in the San Francisco Bay Area, worked there for 10 years and then came here, and I've been here for 25 and a half years, and I've continued to work as a law enforcement officer.
And you said state legislature, where was that?
California state legislature.
Okay. Did you attend an academy and become commissioned, so to speak, in California?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So that's where you got your law enforcement start. Is that fair?
Correct.
Okay. And then what was the year that you transferred or moved to Idaho?
Moved here in September of 98.
98. Okay. And then what was your position when you first arrived?
Deputy sheriff.
With Bonner County?
Yes.
Who was the sheriff at the time?
Chip Roos.
Okay. And while you've been at Bonner County, has the sheriff's office or deputies gone through training on the First Amendment?
An object to the form.
I don't, without looking at records, I would say yes, but I can't definitively say when it was.
Okay. When did you become the elected?
In January of 2009.
And since that time, have you made it a requirement of anyone in your office to have training on the First Amendment?
It's part of the requirement. I mean, they had First Amendment training when they went to the police academy.
Okay.
That was basic training.
Okay. And I assume that you had some First Amendment training from your academy days back in California.
Yes.
Okay. Do police officers have in Idaho have any requirement from the state that they, take periodic trainings or keep up to date with new events in law enforcement?
We'll say new events are required to have 40 hours of training every 2 years.
Okay. All right. That's what I'm getting at.
Yep.
And are they allowed to choose the topics of those, or are they mandated?
Some of them are mandated and some of them they can choose, correct?
Okay. And so since the time of becoming the elected sheriff, are you aware of any of those credits being First Amendment related?
I don't have any personal knowledge whether there are or they're not.
Okay. And since you became the elected sheriff, are you aware of any training in the First Amendment that you have undergone?
I've taken constitutional classes throughout the last 15 years, but I can't tell you what they are.
Okay. In what context would those classes be?
Context of law enforcement in protecting specifically the First Amendment.
Okay. And I guess my question wasn't very artful. Are those at conferences, or how does a training come up for you?
It depends. I pay for my own private conferences and some that are post-certified.
And what does post-certified mean?
Police officer standards and training that would count for part of the 40 hours of training.
Oh, so POST, post is an
Oh,
acronym?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay,
Police
thank you.
Officer Standards and Training.
Okay, thank you. And then the personal trainings that you've paid for personally, what are those?
Christian conferences that were offered throughout different parts of Idaho and the United States.
Okay.
I don't
And
have a list, at my fingertip.
And when you say personally, is that your personal money that you're using to go to those?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Not sponsored by the sheriff's office or the county.
Okay. Is there a rule about what makes something payable by the sheriff's office versus you personally?
The rule, well, it has to be authorized by me or by my undersheriff or captain, yes.
Okay. And why are there some that are not covered by the sheriff's money?
Well, some training opportunities are covered, but there's no budget authority, so we deny them to attend based on our budget.
Okay. Including,
Somebody to take
I'm
time
sorry.
off, yeah, on vacation time to attend it, they're free to do that.
Okay. And that the same applies to you. If there's no budget for you to attend a conference, you can do that on your own dime and your own time.
Correct.
Okay. Is profanity protected by the Constitution?
It is.
Back to the form.
Okay. What can you tell me about the moderation assist function of the Facebook page?
I can tell you nothing about it. I know nothing about it.
Okay. Have you heard of that before?
I have never heard that term.
Okay.
I do not have a Facebook page, a personal one. I don't post on Facebook, so it maybe save you some questions. I have no idea.
Okay. Are you aware of any functionality of the Facebook page that filters comments, maybe based on profanity or other measures, kind of automatically?
I am not.
Okay. And are you aware of that ever taking place at Bonner County?
I'm not.
Are you aware that some people had their comments hidden because they contained quote unquote profanity?
No, I'm not aware of that.
This may be the last exhibit, I hope. Okay. Do you see something on your screen now that is captioned Plaintiff's First Interrogatories and Requests for Production?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to move it over to my other screen so you don't have to see
And
my
that is Exhibit 8.
Okay. Give me just a second here. Okay. Have you reviewed this document?
I did yesterday.
Okay. Had you seen it ever before yesterday?
Yes, I saw it when it was first produced.
And by produced, you mean when my office sent it to your counsel?
Yes.
Okay. Did you participate in coming up with the answers? And I'll move to maybe the first one so that you can see what I'm talking about. So for example, this one where it says interrogatory number 1, and there's an answer there. Did you participate in answering these questions?
I can't remember. I think I did. What page is that? What let me go look at that.
Yeah, sure. It's page 8.
5, 6, 7. Is that the objection to the extent? Okay, yes.
And then after the objection sentence, it starts Detective John Van Giesen is the only person.
Correct.
Okay. And my question is whether or not you participated in these answers. And we can go through them one by one. Did you participate in the answer to number 1?
As far as participating in the answer, I can't recall if I participated. I know that, and my counsel will tell you that she asked me questions and I
don't want to hear about the conversations.
Okay, but I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I can't tell you that on a Tuesday afternoon, we sat down there and I participated in writing this because I don't recall that.
Did you provide the information that says Detective John Van Giesen is the only person? That sentence.
So I can't recall if I provided it or if that came from Detective John Van Giesen himself, because he knows I don't do Facebook things.
Okay. So moving on to interrogatory number 2, and this is quite a lengthy response. This interrogatory had to do with comments, plaintiff's comments that were at any time hidden and or deleted. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay, and so my question is, where did the information in this answer come from?
That had to come from Detective Van Giesen, because I have no knowledge of how these were deleted or hidden or any of that.
Okay.
I have no knowledge of how that procedure works.
Okay. Did you review the answers before they were sent to my office?
Yes.
And that goes from page 9 down to the top of page 18 was all
Okay.
interrogatory number 2. Okay. Interrogatory number 3 is identifying persons at any time who blocked plaintiff's Facebook account, and the answer is Detective Van Giesen. Did you provide that information?
No, I didn't. He did.
Okay. Okay, so here's a question I wanted to follow up with you on because
What page is that, sir?
Sorry, yeah, page 18. It's interrogatory number 5.
Okay.
And it's identifying all the employees or agents who, from January 1, 2022 to the present, had access to the Facebook administrative or internal setting.
Okay.
And there are lists of people there that I asked a similar question today, and I'm not sure I got the same list. So I just wanted to go through these. So Detective's Assistant Colleen Reinicke.
Reinicke, yes.
Reinicke, okay, and she had access to the Facebook administration or internal settings?
She did at one time. She doesn't anymore, correct.
Okay, do you know when she did not have that anymore?
I don't know the exact date, but it's when we changed over the Facebook, and I don't exactly know what they did, but we started a different Facebook, or I don't know what they did. They did something and they changed the passwords, and this was probably a year and a half ago.
Did it have anything to do with the turning on or turning off the comments, rather?
No.
Okay, so different time period.
Yes, different time period.
Okay, got it. Do you know whether or not Miss Reinicke, sorry, I know
It's Reinicke, yes.
Reinicke, sorry. Do you know whether or not Ms. Reinicke ever hid or deleted any comments?
I have no knowledge. No, I don't know.
Okay. Jason Davis, who is that?
He's a deputy, a techie deputy.
Okay. And it seems like at some point he had some administrative privileges.
Correct.
Does he still?
No.
Okay. And why not?
Because was taken over by Detective Van Giesen.
Got it. So was he in charge of the Facebook page before Van Giesen?
Well, he was in charge of our website, but the Facebook was shared by several people.
Okay. And we talked about Jackie Rogers before, but how about Administrative Secretary Cheryl Messer?
He's never had access or uses Facebook. No.
Okay. So that's incorrect in these answers?
That's incorrect. Yes.
Okay. Okay, and who is this is Under Sheriff Lakewold.
Yes.
And then Captain Tim Hempel. Did he have access?
Yep.
Did he have access to the Facebook administration?
No, he doesn't.
Okay. And has he ever?
No.
Okay. And 911 Director Trace Drumright. Did that person ever have access to administrative functions of Facebook?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
All right. And is the 911 director, is that person an employee of the sheriff's office?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Just a few more questions. Having been through now this process of this litigation, if comments were turned on again, would you have the same terms of use?
Check for the form.
I'd most likely have the same terms of the use. Yes.
Okay. So back to that. So has this litigation changed anything for you in terms of what the terms of use might be regarding comments on a Facebook page?
Check for the form.
So your question was hypothetical. As long as I'm in office, there will not be comments. So I don't have to deal with any questionable activity that would be going on, deleting or blocking. So that alleviates any liability on me. So it's not going to go back on as long as I'm in office.
And why is that?
Because I don't want to deal with
Asked and answered.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you can answer again. I'm just
Yeah, I
putting my
just,
objection on
because
the record.
the issues that came up with your client is it would come up with others. It wouldn't stop, and I don't want the headache. So the comments will remain off as long as I'm in office.
And is it the headache of the comments themselves or the legal headache?
I'd say both, but mostly because I don't make comments on Facebook and I don't have to defend myself. It's just all these comments, and it's so negative. I just don't even want it. And the people that make comments on our Facebook have the ability to take that and go to other forums of Facebook in the county in different areas, and they can go there and say whatever they want. I just made the decision I'm not going to be participate in it here at the sheriff's office forum on Facebook. Just easier that way.
Okay, I don't have any further questions.
Okay. If it's ordered, we will read and sign, please, Connie.
This concludes today's video recorded deposition of Sheriff Daryl Wheeler. The time is 2:37 p.m. We're off the record.
All right, folks, here are my final thoughts. Sheriff Wheeler asserts that Mr. Lady's comments were removed for being off topic. This decision, he explains, rests on certain segments of the comment that didn't pertain to the primary subject of the original post. According to Wheeler, the Bonner County Sheriff's Department Facebook policy vetted by their legal team, comprising Lewis Marshall, Bill Wilson, Scott Bauer, and Darren Murphy, complies with the U.S. Constitution, thus dismissing any potential violations. Interestingly, while Wheeler categorizes Lady's input as off-topic, he curiously delineates why another individual's comment did not meet this criterion. He openly acknowledges the subjective nature of determining what constitutes being off-topic, highlighting that it's a discretionary decision rather than a rigid policy enforcement. Wheeler describes Lady's remark as a personal attack, yet admits to being unsure of its actual content. Sheriff Wheeler also addresses his stance on broader constitutional matters. He admits ignorance about the Idaho Constitutional Sheriffs, an organization that advocates for upholding the Constitution's original intent, which he claims to support. However, he denies any association with the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and express unfamiliarity with their mission. Furthermore, Wheeler boldly states his independence from federal oversight. He clarifies that he does not consider himself subordinate to either the governor of Idaho or the president of the United States, nor does he view the federal government as superior in matters concerning federal laws. He points out that the Bonner County prosecutor determines their legality. Wheeler also shares aspects of his law enforcement background, but notes a lack of recent First Amendment training for his deputies. He mentions that he personally does not maintain a Facebook page and asserts that the ongoing lawsuit has not swayed his perspective regarding the Bonner County Sheriff's Office Facebook policy terms of use. In his narrative, Wheeler paints a picture of navigating complex administrative and constitutional terrains, often relying on his interpretation and discretion. And like I said, folks, many times we've seen departments blocking us, blocking you, deleting your comments, and unless they're threatening in nature, they're not supposed to do that. Finally, we see somebody that sues and wins. JD Lady wins $125,000 because this sheriff believed he was above the law. He mentions in this deposition that he's been in law enforcement for 36 years. That's 36 years of not knowing what the people's rights are. That is a hell of a long time to give a cop so much power and also to give them discretion. It's a recipe for disaster, folks. On my channel, we've discovered that many cops don't know the First Amendment of the Constitution. Patterns don't lie. The sad thing about all of this is that $125,000 is actually going to come from the taxpayers. It should come out of Sheriff Wheeler's pension. He's the one that screwed up. Now, the reason I said that this video is extremely important is because many of you have been blocked before as well. Maybe it's time to start suing all these departments so that they can learn a valuable lesson in the people's natural rights. Because of the First Amendment auditing community, we all have learned a lot from each other. We have been empowered. Let's keep it going, folks. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. Go subscribe to the original channel as well. Let them know that I sent you. Have yourselves a blessed day. Always record the police and keep giving them hell when they screw up, especially in the comment section. Go to your city council meetings. Demand that they turn the comment section on. If they're not on, it's we the people, folks, and it's important that we all support each other along the way. Here on this channel, we don't have fans. We have supporters, so I thank you very much. All right, folks, if you hit that bell, we'll see you on the next video. Peace.